Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks. In this video is going to be a recap of LEGO Masters episode 9 coming up. Now this week it started off with a little bit of a interesting build, and we'll go ahead and switch off to that right now.
So with this week of LEGO Masters, they had some special guests from Star Wars. And I bet you can guess from these pictures who that special guest was. Yes, it was R2-D2 and C-3PO. And wow, was that a very neat experience. And the premise behind inviting them onto the show was that they have to build droids. Now, when I say droids, they didn't have to build Star Wars specific droids, but just that they had to build droids that would appear they were from Star Wars. Now, first up, we have Mark and Boone, and they came up with the idea to make their own little Imperial Welder Droid. And they did a really great job with this. They called it the SBT G85, and it had 6 different motors. It had all kinds of functions and did a whole bunch of different lights. Then you have Sam and Jessica's build, which was the MP3 droid, was their concept anyway. And what their droid was supposed to do was go around and play music for people to see. And again, as you can see here, it was a very interesting little droid itself as well. Now, last up, we have Tyler and Amy, and they came up with this little easy peasy droid. And what it was supposed to be is a serving droid, serve drinks to people in the Jabba's sailing barge, for example. And it was a really cool little droid. He had the little drinks on his head and his eyes moved up and down.
Now, the winners for this portion of the contest was Tyler and Amy. They really did a fantastic job on their little droid, and he had a lot of little character. But what happened with the winners of this particular challenge is they were able to pick first, anyway, what they wanted to build in the next challenge.
And now what that challenge ended up being was one of the several scenes you're going to see here following anyway, from all the different iconic Star Wars movies. There was total of 10 different battle scenes that they could be chosen from to make their build. And they all did a really fantastic job. As a matter of fact, I will show you what each person picked. Starting with Tyler and Amy anyway, they picked the Battle of Hoth with the huge AT-ATs, which was an awesome decision. And then Mark and Boone, they went on to pick the Battle of Endor, which was another great decision. And last, but definitely not least, is Sam and Jessica, and they picked the Battle of Crate, which was from the most recent Star Wars movie.
Now that they picked their builds, they all get 8 hours to build them. So this was a really intense episode because first, as you just saw, they had the robots they had to build, and now they're building some of the most iconic scenes from some of the Star Wars movies. And now let's go ahead and discuss some of that.
Again, as I just said, Tyler and Amy built the Battle of Hoth, and wow, did they do a fantastic job with all the details. And they really built some very huge AT-ATs. Very detailed, very, very detailed. And I loved the trench art with all the people that were shooting down in the trenches. And next up, we have Sam and Jessica and their Battle of Crate. And as you can see here, they did a really good job. And what was so awesome about their build, as anybody that's seen the movies anyway knows, that the Battle of Crate, the planet was white salt flats. And as the ships skidded across it, it shot up little flares of red. And they did an awesome job capturing that. And now last, but certainly not least, these are actually my favorite builders, Mark and Boone, with their Imperial Bunker on Endor build. And they did an amazing job as well, capturing both the bunker and doing a lot of little details with the Ewoks and the battle scene out front and building their very own unique AT-ST. And as with every episode, there can only be one winner, and one winner only. And this week's winners were Mark and Boone. And they did do a great job, but I have to say, personally, I disagree. And for the first time, I actually thought that Sam and Jessica should have been this week's winners.
And that is it for this week. They will have one more show next Wednesday, is my understanding, which will announce the $100,000 winner and champion carrier for LEGO Masters. So if you like these videos, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share below. And we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks.